Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Welcome to March 17, 2021. Well, we're not all bad news today. We're still going to be pretty darn chilly out there, but we do expect temperatures to be moderating some, just what the doctor ordered to get some of this ice and snow cleared away. It's going to be chilly today. We've got to get through today, but tomorrow we're going to see a warm-up coming our way as high pressure begins to move on in. In fact, we're going to see a pretty good snow melt in many areas Thursday through Saturday. The warmer temperatures in that March sun as some high pressure moves in is really going to warm things up. Now, I know there's some discussion. Some folks are worried about flooding. What you want to try to do, if you can, is keep those street gutters, those storm drains in your neighborhood open and not blocked by snow and ice. Now, I know that's hard because we got a lot of storm drains under a ton of snow right now. A lot of the plowing will cover up those storm drains, and so you get a lot of ponding of water that melts. Then it freezes at night and makes a real mess. But if you can get those storm drains cleared up in your street, in your neighborhood, it will really help as we go into the next few days of this warm-up. We do have a Pacific cold front moving in late Saturday and Sunday that will impact the region with mountain snow and rain and snow on the plains, and that is something that may go on into Monday. While we're not calling for a big snowstorm again, we do see this system Sunday into Monday bringing colder, wet weather again to the plains in the form of snow and maybe mixed with some rain in some areas. And a good shot of snow is going to happen in the high country with this front, and it's going to stay settled into next week. So we're just not going to be able to get out of this recent stormy pattern and go to a spring pattern that has any lasting power. Sure, we've got the next 3 days coming up that look good, but the long term is still going to be a busy pattern. Again, reviewing the last storm, these are the updated maps in terms of precipitation total, how much moisture fell with this storm in the region, and you can really see how much of an upslope storm this was along the divide right there. That is the Continental Divide right there, and that easterly upslope wind really poured it on to those areas east of the mountains. And you can see the northern extent of that storm just dance along the I-90 corridor there. But the big winners in terms of precipitation, areas that really needed it, were right here for sure. A lot of areas between 2 to 3 inches of water. Some foothill and mountain locations exceeded 4 inches. And that's what the snow, if you were to map out what the snowfall pattern was like, and you can really see how much of that terrain makes a difference. We talk about the terrain all the time, but you can see the higher elevations, the altitude really makes a big difference in these spring storms. You know, this line I'm showing you right here is a lot of areas that are above 5,000 feet and higher, and that's where the snow really got deep with the storm. And you can see in the North Platte River Valley here, you can see that a lot of that rain at the start of the storm cut down on some of those accumulations. If you were to look at the North American area, this is the latest ice and snow cover chart, and you can see that we've got almost all of Canada still in snow cover and all that ice still up north. There's a lot of cold, and there's still a lot of ice and snow up into those northern latitudes that we're going to carry on into late March and early April. That will probably be something to keep an eye on. Plenty of cold up north and plenty of snow on the ground. Here's last night's storm system that did bring some rain and snow to some of you in this area here overnight. This is another one of these little bowling balls. Notice how much smaller it is relative to the one that came through the weekend. And instead of curving up to the northeast, this system is going to skedaddle to the east. High pressure is building in behind it. Now, as this system heads east, today and into tonight and Thursday morning, this is by Thursday morning, you can see it's over Arkansas, Missouri. This system right here, as it heads east, is going to cause a major severe weather outbreak. You're going to hear this on the news. It's not if there's going to be tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. There will be both. And you can see the Storm Prediction Center. You don't see this very often. See this purple area? The high risk of severe weather right here? They're actually calling for, in that pink area, a 30% probability of tornadoes. That is significant. So there's going to be a severe weather outbreak, and that's exactly what you expect this time of year. In fact, if you were to look at climatology, look at this. This is for today, March 17th. The probability of severe weather is highest in that part of the country if you just basically go off of climatological statistics. Look at that. What a matchup that is. And as we have shown you in previous podcasts, During La Niñas, the severe weather goes up in this part of the nation right here. You have more severe weather in the spring if you were to look at normals. And so La Niña, again, showing itself. As we get into Friday, we have a nice broad ridge of high pressure over the Intermountain West and the high plains. Here's our melting snow. Temperatures are going to warm up nicely, but that snow cover is going to make a big difference. Look at this. These are forecasted high temperatures relative to normal for Friday afternoon. And you can see all the blue and green here. And if you look back at the slide I showed you earlier where the snow cover was, the snow cover matches up with the temperatures relative to average. So even though we've got this big high pressure ridge, the snow is going to make temperatures as much as 17, 18 degrees Fahrenheit below average over that snow field centered right there in the South Platte Valley of northeastern Colorado. So yeah, we're going to get some snow melted. If you get outside of where the snow is, look at that, relative to normal, how much warmth that high pressure ridge is. So that's how much snow cover can really impact your local climate. As we get into late Saturday and Sunday, here is our next frontal system. It's a broad trough, and a Pacific cold front in this area right here will draw the front right here by late Saturday afternoon. By Friday night into Saturday, we'll see heavy snow in the mountains of eastern Idaho and western Montana, parts of western Wyoming, northwestern Wyoming, Yellowstone Park, Jackson area. This front will sweep through Saturday night and Sunday, and as it does so, it's going to bring areas of rain and snow Sunday and into Monday and early Tuesday in this area right here. Now, it's nothing like what just came through, but livestock interest and anybody with travel plans, especially from Saturday night late through Monday, and maybe even a Tuesday morning, needs to be prepared for some rain and snow. This is the precipitation forecast, and this is the precipitation that's coming with the front. So pretty decent amounts of water. This is a half to over 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in some areas that could fall in the form of rain and snow. So we'll need to keep an eye on that system for that Sunday, Monday time frame. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday.